The mystery of the Enchanted Castle. Let's find out the secret of the Enchanted Castle together and dive into this fascinating story. For more stories, subscribe to my channel. In a distant land, beyond the majestic and beautiful mountains and magical forests, there is a small kingdom. Its lands were fertile, and the forests were full of life. Nature itself admired the local views, and the birds conveyed its delight with their singing. In the distant kingdom of Eldora, among the majestic mountains, there stood a huge castle surrounded by a magical forest. This castle was famous not only for its ancient architecture, but also for the secret it hid inside. The castle was said to be enchanted, and only those with true courage and kindness could unravel its secret. The Enchanted Castle stands amidst misty mountains, shrouded in ancient magic. Its towers reach into the sky, its windows shimmer with a mysterious light, and its walls hold countless secrets of the past. The main character of this story is a boy named Arnold. He was brave, but not always decisive. Sometimes he lacked self-confidence, and often he hesitated to help those who needed it. Deep down, Arnold knew he had to fix this. Arnold walked through a dense forest where he could hear birds singing, leaves rustling, and the soft whisper of the wind. He felt something mysterious in the air, as if the forest was trying to tell him a story. Suddenly, around a bend in the path, he heard muffled sobs. Someone was crying ahead. Arnold met an old woman who was crying. She told him that she had lost her magic amulet, which was given to her for her birthday. This amulet was very important to her, as it gave her the power to heal wounds and save people. Without it, she felt helpless, because the amulet not only healed wounds, but also supported her strength. Her voice trembled as she asked Arnold, "Will you help me get it back?" The boy thought, knowing that the path would be dangerous. He imagined what awaited him on the way. But his imagination played a cruel joke on him. Arnold imagined how his path to the castle would be full of trials. He had to go through a dense dark forest where predatory shadows lurked and get out in one piece. But the worst thing was waiting for him inside the castle. Skeletons in the corridors, ghostly creatures hid in the shadows, whispering spells, and at the very top lived an ancient golem that protected the chest. However, Arnold knew that if he showed courage and kindness, he had a chance to overcome all obstacles and return the amulet. Arnold imagined the dark forest hiding many dangerous creatures. Somewhere deep in the thicket lurked a tree guardian, an old enchanted oak tree that came to life if someone tried to pass by. And swamp spirits, barely visible in the fog, lured unwary travelers into the quagmire, whispering false paths to them. But Arnold knew, fear can be deceiving, and sometimes even the most formidable creatures have their weaknesses. "I'll help," Arnold said, "but I'll need a little time to get ready." The old lady thanked him and wished him luck. Arnold smiled sweetly at the old woman and decided to go home to collect everything he needed for the journey: a map, food, and a magic stone that his grandfather, a great magician, had once given him. The stone had a special power that gave its owner good luck. Arnold carefully gathered everything he needed: a map, some food, a lantern, and the magic stone his grandfather had once given him. He took a deep breath, feeling the excitement of the unknown. He went out and took one last look at his home, then stepped into the forest, full of secrets and dangers. The wind blew through the trees, as if warning him, but the boy clenched his fists and confidently moved forward. He had to go through fears, trials, and fight those who guarded the secret of the Enchanted Castle. The journey was long and difficult, but he always found a way to overcome difficulties by helping others who crossed his path. Once he saved a village from a forest fire, and another time, he helped a young elf return home, and for this the elf gave him a magic thread that always showed the right way. Meanwhile, confident Arnold approaches the castle. When Arnold reached the castle, he noticed that there was a strange silence around it. The castle looked forgotten, its walls were covered in moss, and there was magic in the air. In the center of the castle, in the highest tower, he saw an ancient chest. Arnold began to approach it, but he could not shake the feeling that someone was watching him. But as soon as he approached, a huge golem appeared in front of him as if out of nowhere. "Why did you come here?" asked the golem. Arnold answered honestly, "I came to return the amulet to an old woman who needs it." The guard looked at the boy carefully, then at his heart, and said, "You have proven that you are full of good intentions. You can take the amulet, but remember one thing. To get what you seek, you must overcome your doubts and fears. To get what you are looking for, you have to go through your doubts and fear. To get what you are looking for, you have to go through your doubts and fear." Arnold returned to the old woman and, having returned the amulet to her, heard her say, "You have found your true power, Arnold. Not only have you returned the amulet, but you have also conquered your doubts." The boy realized that true power does not lie in magic or magical objects, but in believing in yourself and the ability to act with a good heart, even when the path seems difficult. Moral of the story: true power is not in magic amulets or magic, but in not being afraid to overcome your fears and doubts, helping others and believing in yourself. Dear listener, what did you notice for yourself from Arnold's stories? If you liked Arnold's adventures, subscribe to the channel so that together we can learn or remember important lessons from our lives.